What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having another fantastic night. We have our Miami Hurricanes football recruiting live show with some of the best talent across the nation. My main man, Ross, has lined up for everyone to have a legit live show with some top quality talent. Ross, why don't you introduce our very talented guest?
We've got one of my favorite defensive backs in the 2023 class. We've got Aaron Gates out of Trinity Christian in Sharpsburg, Georgia. How you doing today, Aaron?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great.
Aaron, it's a pleasure to have you on, man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, so Aaron, man, kind of go over so far this off season. What have you been working on right now to get ready for the regular season?
Mostly been conditioning. I've been doing I did all my footwork and all the little mechanical stuff earlier in the summer, but now I'm working on getting conditioned for the season. And I know we plan on playing a long time, so I got to be able to play the whole game. I want to play both sides of the ball, so that's fun.
Aaron, I'm looking at your 24/7 sports profile right now. It says you're listed as an athlete. Where do you want to play at the next level?
I mostly enjoy cornerback. That's like I feel most comfortable there, but I mean, I would be fine playing wide receiver too.
What is your current height and weight right now?
I am 6'1.5", 185.
So you got an offer from the Miami Hurricanes on the 22nd of June. How did that feel to get an offer from Miami?
Man, that was crazy. It felt amazing. That's one of the schools I've liked since the beginning of this whole experience. So it's just a great feeling.
Aaron, have you ever been down to the University of Miami campus or the city of Miami itself?
I have been to Miami. I have not been to the campus though, but I've been in Miami a couple times.
Okay. Have you had any conversations with the coaching staff? If you have, what coaches?
I got to speak to Coach Robinson, the DB coach.
Very cool. How was that?
It was a great conversation. We just talked about being down there sometime. Just had conversations about all the guys that he's put into the league, like his story, where he came from. It was just a great conversation.
You know, I heard that your high school coach does something kind of unique when you guys get offers from colleges. Could you tell our fan base about how he handles that?
Oh yeah, he does. So we during summer workouts, whenever any guy gets an offer, or like during any workout, he'll call him at the end of the workout. He'll have the coach on the phone, and then he'll give his introduction. He'll call the guy up, and then he likes the coach to give the offer in front of all the guys. And then whenever the coach gives the offer, all the guys just jump up and they surround that guy and they congratulate him. It's just an amazing experience. Just feels like we just brings us closer as a team.
You know, and I also have heard, and I've seen on multiple reports about you, that you are one hell of a baseball player. Are you still playing baseball?
Yes, sir, I am. Yes, sir.
Is that a goal of yours, Aaron, to be a two-sport athlete at the next level?
I would like to. I mean, if the opportunity is there, I would love to do it. But right now, I've been focusing on playing football. But if baseball's on the table, I would definitely take that opportunity.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. And Aaron, you are out of state from Georgia. Did you grow up watching the University of Miami at all, or who was your favorite team you did grow up watching, if you did not?
Being from Georgia, I grew up watching Georgia Tech. Those are the teams that I've grown up watching. But I love the players. I mean, yeah, I've really just grown up watching Georgia, but I do like Miami. I mean, I've watched a couple of Miami games. I just feel like I would like that. It's just like some kind of call. I don't know.
Absolutely, man. So Georgia and Georgia Tech were your favorite teams growing up?
Yes, sir.
Who
Oh,
was your favorite college football player?
um, favorite college football player. Probably he's not from Georgia or Georgia Tech, but I would say Jalen Ramsey. He was from Florida State, so that was my guy. I love even in the NFL. He's my favorite NFL player now, but that was my guy. I love just game.
Did you get to visit any colleges last month?
I went to a bunch of camps, and then it was toured the schools afterwards. So it wasn't like just a visit, but I camped at Georgia, Clemson, Florida, Georgia Tech. I was at Tennessee State. So I was all over the place, and Alabama. Alabama.
How did this last season go for Trinity High School?
It was great. We made it to the state championship. We ended up losing to Brock Vandergrift in the championship. I know he's up at Georgia now. It was a good game. I think they were only up by 4 going into halftime. They kind of pulled away from us in the second half, but it was a good game. We had a great season, so can't really complain.
Aaron, what's the expectation for this upcoming season
Oh,
for your high school?
we expect to win the whole thing. That's
State champs?
in the standard since that game. We know how it feels to be that close and lose, so we just been working to make sure that doesn't happen again. Working 10 times harder than we did last year.
Absolutely, man. I love that mentality. What factors are going to be playing into your college decision? I know you got a very long time, but have you thought of any key factors, that potentially could land a commitment to a school you're going to play at the next 3 to 4 years?
It's the relationships. I mean, that's going to be huge. The education, that's also going to be big. I just I have to see myself being able to be there for 4 years because that's like a big step in my life. I don't want to be hopping all over colleges. I want to make a commitment, be there for 4 years, maybe 3, and get a degree out of there. So it's pretty much going to be a relationship.
Do you have any statistical goals that you want to reach on offense or defense this upcoming season?
Oh yeah, I got it. Last year I had 5 interceptions, but that was only 2 games. So in a 2-game span, I had 5 interceptions. That's all I had the whole season. So this year, I want to get at least 8 interceptions. And on offensive side, I got to get at least 1,000 receiving yards.
Okay, you going big.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious here, and this is just in regards to playing defensive back, but during game week, what do you really like to study first when you're watching wide receivers? What do you really like to get a hold of?
mostly I look at the tendency, like the routes that they tend to run on 3rd downs and 4th, if it's 3rd and 4th downs. Like I like to see what plays they like to go to, and so whenever those big moments come up, I have a clue of what they tend to fall back on. Plays they tend to whenever they get like out of a jam or something. So that's like the first thing that I would go to study.
Have you gotten official 40-yard time yet?
No, sir. I've ran a couple camps. I think my lowest was a 4.37, but there's none official.
4.37 was your lowest. I mean, that's very good for class of 2023 or just, anyone in general, man. So that's great. You're doing that already, Aaron. I mean, 4.2 should be the goal by the time you get a college degree, right? Hey, Aaron, before we we wrap up this interview, tell the viewers what offers you currently hold right now.
I have 20 offers from Georgia, LSU, Florida, Miami, Georgia Tech, UCF, Kentucky, Michigan, FIU, UNLV, Michigan State, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas State. I don't know if South Carolina. I don't know if that's all of them, but yeah.
That's more than enough. You just said a bunch of elite schools. Travaris Robinson is raving about you. You run a 4.37. You're a two-sport athlete. I mean, look, Aaron Gates is going to be the next star of college football, people. We're just grateful to have you on and spend just a little bit of time with you this Wednesday night, Aaron. So we greatly appreciate it, man.
I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Ross, anything else you wanted to ask Aaron before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I got one final question for you, Aaron. It's something that I'm going to be asking all the recruits on here. What makes you love the game of football?
Good question. I mean, growing up, I just love to compete. So I play a bunch of sports, basketball, baseball, but I've never really been able to get away from football. You know, like when it's summer or whenever I wasn't playing anything, I would just love to play football. So I don't know. I just have that love for the game of football. It's just I've grown up I've been doing it my whole life, and I can't get away from it.
All right, man. Aaron Gates, the next star of college football, class of 2023. He's an athlete right now, wants to play cornerback at the next level. Travaris Robinson's raving about him. Aaron, we appreciate your time, man. We'll definitely be looking out for you, and we know you're going to do great things.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
All right, Aaron. Thank you again, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Aaron Gates, everyone. He just said it. Travaris Robinson's already building up that relationship. You got to love it, man. Class of 2023. He runs a 4.37 40, two-sport athlete, holds offers from LSU, Georgia, Miami, Michigan. The list keeps going on and on. And now we have our next elite recruiting guest. This is a local talent out of Broward County. He attends St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. Ross, introduce our great guest.
We have got 2023 defensive lineman Jason Hammond II.
What's going on, Jason?
Thank you guys for having me. I'm just excited to be on the show.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure to have you on. We love St. Thomas Aquinas recruits when they come on. St. Thomas Aquinas players in general, you guys are the best of the best, man.
Thank you.
So
Thank
we
you.
love it. Absolutely. Jason, were you at Paradise Camp?
I was.
Right?
I was.
How was that experience?
Oh, man, Paradise was probably the most exciting and fun experience I've had camping. I camped at 5 schools out of the month of June, and there's no place like being in Miami.
Gotta love it, man. Did you talk to any former players at all, or any coaches?
I talked to Greg and Jalen. I talked to Calais. Just taking in any knowledge I could get. Just being around NFL greats. Guys that just got into the league, that just finished at Miami. It's no experience like this.
Jason, what is your current height and weight right now?
I am 6'3", 280.
Okay. So me and you got a chance to talk a little bit before this interview started, and there was something that we both wanted to bring up on this interview. What is it like being coached by guys like Jason Taylor, Brian Niedermeyer, Twan Russell? What is that like for you?
Oh, man. Practices are rough. They're hard. Especially with Coach Niedermeyer. He's on my butt every day, making sure I'm not bucking, but just cheating myself. These guys are here to help me. They see the potential I have, and all I can do is just take up the knowledge that they have from guys that have been to where I want to be at. Coached at NFL levels, have played in NFL games. It's just the knowledge that they could give is unlimited, and I'm just happy to be able to take it in.
Yeah, I think, it's very unique for players to have a coaching staff that's literally like a college coaching staff at the high school level. That's pretty cool. You get to experience that, Jason. So I'm glad you're really taking full advantage of it. For all the viewers listening right now or after when this is uploaded on YouTube, what offers do you hold right now, Jason?
I have 7 offers right now.
Okay. From what schools?
I have Syracuse, FAU, FIU, Maryland, Ole Miss, and UAB.
Wow, I mean, that's a very solid list of schools, and it's only growing. Your class of 2023. You're at a great powerhouse, St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. Do you talk at all to the University of Miami coaching staff?
They can't talk to me right now until September 1st, but at the camp, I was getting Coach Stroud. I was talking to Coach Stroud. I was actually there the 2 weeks before the camp. I toured with Daughtry Richardson and Elijah. So I was with them, and Mike Rumpf had toured us, and Coach and Pop Cooney.
Very cool, man. That's awesome. You get to tour campus with other recruits and members of the coaching staff as well. Did you grow up a University of Miami fan, being out of Broward County? My
parents are watching. They're gonna hate for me to say this, but I did.
Were your parents Florida State fans?
My mom is kind of a Florida State fan. She went to FAMU.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's in Tallahassee, right? Yeah, of course. That's funny, man. That's awesome.
So not only are you getting coached by these incredible coaches at St. Thomas, you happen to have a cousin who's in the NFL that plays on the defensive line too.
Yeah.
Jaleel Johnson, I believe he's with the Texans right now, yeah?
He is.
What kind of advice has he been able to give you during this whole process while you're coming up in high school?
Most importantly, he checks on me mentally. Before every game, he talks to me, make sure my mind is right, make sure I'm not messing around, my mind's focused on the right things. He tells me not to forget my keys, hands, hips, feet, watch the eyes, body language, all the little things that can make up for big plays is the things that he talks to me about.
This is something I've asked quite a few other recruits as well, but when you hear the name Miami Hurricanes in regards to the football team, what first pops into your mind?
Warren Sapp. Yeah, that's a dog.
Is Warren Sapp someone you model your game after, Jason? I
like watching him, but I feel like more as of like right now, watching Nesta. Nesta. Recent players. I like modeling them because those are guys that are playing in like this day and age that know more like that are going against the linemen that I'll be seeing in college. The game is advancing very fast. These guys are playing with like current knowledge. So that's the guys I like watching because that's the most I'll be able to relate to.
Jason, you got a relative playing in the NFL. You spoke with Jalen Gregory Rousseau. You have all these great people giving you advice, man. And you're at St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. We know you're going to do great things, man. So we're very excited to see you on the field this upcoming season. Maybe this is a dumb question, Jason. What's the expectation for St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School this upcoming season?
Oh man, the standard is high. It's a high standard. They don't really tolerate, mental weakness. Things like having your hands on your knees. Don't show any signs of weakness. Don't show the enemy that you're down. They just want you to get after it. Be the best version that you can be yourself, and that's what Coach Harriet preaches. But more importantly, being a man of God, and I feel like you're not going to find many coaches that talk about that outside of football. That after football is done, how much are you going to grow as a man, and that's what they try to mold you into.
Jason, during game week, when you're studying opponents and you're studying the offensive line, getting ready to dominate, right, what are the first things that you like to look at? Where do you like to identify any weaknesses or strengths in the offensive line?
Do they have strong punches? Most linemen, like St. Francis, the team we're playing, they like to pull a lot.
Yeah.
Are they light on their hands when they're pulling? Are they fast? Are they slow? What is a guard or tackle doing next to them when they're 3-tech? Because I played a 3-tech, I like to look at the tackle. Mostly the tackle is going to come down on me. So I look at the tackle's motion. if that tackle's coming down to me, I want to line up a little tighter and maybe push him in his back because I know they're not the fastest. So it's a mental game. It's a mental before physical. It's 99% mental, and that's what I like to focus on.
How do you describe your game? What defines Hammond basically? What defines you on the football field?
I'm smart. I like to beat my opponents mentally before I do it physically. Knowing what they're gonna do, knowing what the offense is gonna do. The personnel, 20, 21 personnel, knowing what they're all doing. Watching film is probably the most important aspect of the game. Knowing film, you can know whatever they're doing, and that's what I like. That's what I like to base my game off of.
Jason, how are you doing in the weight room?
Oh, I do great in the weight room. Yeah. So today was actually a leg day, and I got up. So we don't do like 1 rep maxes. We do 3 rep maxes. So today I did 435 for about 3 times.
And that's squatting or bench?
Squatting.
Okay.
My bench is, as of right now, 280.
Okay, very good. Class of 2023. And you guys, well, you just said 3 reps are your max out. So you probably could do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do, which is smart. That's really smart. Muscle memory, get more repetition. That's awesome, man. And academically, I mean, everyone, the comment section's raving, man. You're a very intelligent young man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
How are you doing academically?
I have a 3.3 GPA. It's not where I want to be academically, but I had some tough issues going on these past 2 years in high school. My grandfather had actually passed away when I first transferred into St. Thomas, and then my grandmother had passed away the year before. So I've had my challenges academically, like just grasping. But I'm back focused now.
Sorry to hear about the loss of your grandparents, Jason. I'm very, very sorry to hear about that. And it's easy to tell that it's definitely something that really impacted you. But I'm happy to hear you've got good people on your side that have helped you get yourself collected and getting you focused on the stuff that's going to help you in the future. So that's a big deal.
Jason, class of 2023, I know you got a while to make this decision.
Yeah.
What are some factors in your college football decision that are going to, impact? Make an impact.
Do I click with the D-line coach? That's probably one of the most important things. How long are they going to be there? Is the school known for like getting rid of their coaches fast? Do I like the campus? Do I like the coaches? Do I like the players? I went up to Alabama. I know I linked up with Dallas Braylon. We have a lot of St. Thomas players at Alabama. So even down here, Alan Hay taught me a lot my freshman year. That's who taught me a lot about the game too. Do the players like it? You're gonna find out more about the school from the players than you are the coaches, because the players not gonna sell you short. So those are probably the most important things to me.
Jason, where do you really excel at on the defensive line? What are your strengths?
I like to be physical. I like to get after the quarterback. I like to get in the ear of my opponents. I like to mentally break them down. I like to see if you could hang with me. That's the most important thing.
Gotta love it, man. Jason Hammond out of St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. He's going to be a star at the Power 5 level. We'll see where Jason ends up. If he ends up at Miami, hey, we'll be rooting for you the whole rest of the way. If you don't, we're still going to root for you. So it's win-win. We know you're going to do great things, Jason. Ross, anything else for our great guest who has a very bright future ahead of him?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear from you, Jason, really quick. What makes you love the game of football? Why are you so passionate about it?
Football has always been a part of my life. Like I said, my cousin has played it. Even though my dad grew up a basketball player, football has always had a special place in my heart. It's just something I felt like I've excelled at. Even when I was younger, I played flag football. So being able to, always grow up and touch a football has meant a lot to me because it has a special place in my heart. It's a game I'll be able to love even when I'm done playing.
All right, man. Jason Hammond, St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. Thank you so much, Jason, for taking time out of your Wednesday night to join the Scoop, man. Once again, man, we think of you very highly. We know you're going to do bright things rest of the way.
Thank you guys for having me. I truly appreciate it.
All right, Jason. Anytime, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Jason Hammond, man, gotta love it. Look, we have a lot of recruits on the show. We leave impressed with a lot of recruits, the way they carry themselves. Jason is doing the right things.
Very well spoken, very motivated on and off the field. The fact that he had the strength to open up about some of the things that were difficult for him shows his character and shows how strong of an individual he truly is. And I'm just great. Or I'm not great, but I think it's great for all of us to know that he's got a good circle of people around him that are getting him focused and keeping him focused.
Jason is a Power 5 football player. I'll leave it at that. He comes from a great high school football program, and he has a lot of great resources surrounding him as well. Our next guest is backstage, Ross, out of local product, Miami-Dade County. Out of Miami-Dade County. He attends Miami-Killian Senior High School. Go ahead and introduce our next guest.
We have got 3-star 2023 cornerback Dwight Boodle II.
What's going on, Dwight?
Hello, how y'all doing?
Good, man. What's going on, bro? How's your Wednesday night?
Good, and yours? We're real good.
Hey, we're doing great, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the Scoop.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We had your teammate Ryan Bullock on before. We love Ryan as well, man. He's a great kid.
Ryan,
Dwight, yeah, exactly. And Dwight, were you able to attend Paradise Camp?
Yes, sir. I did.
How was that experience?
Paradise Camp was real good. It was a good experience getting to meet everybody, getting to meet the alumni, getting to meet the players. I know a couple, I know from down here, people from Northwestern, people from my school, you know how that go. It was real good to show my talents in front of Coach T-Rob and Coach Van Dyke, DVD. And, I did my thing. How that go, very physical, play smart, just playing ball. It was a real good, fun experience. And just to be in the atmosphere was a good, good vibe.
Dwight, speaking of the atmosphere, there were a lot of former players. The coaching staff was there, a lot of current players. Did you talk to anyone in particular throughout drills?
Player-wise, DJ Ivy, I know him real well, I watched him work from high school. He turned real good, real good, Coaching-wise, Coach DVD, he said he really liked me, He really does like me. Very interesting, like the way I injured. And I talked to a couple alumni, like people like S. Campbell, he real big in person. Real big. Ooh-wee.
Yeah,
big. Yeah, real big.
Dwight, what is your current height and weight right now?
Right now, I'm sitting at 5'11", 170.
What have you been working on this off season to take your game to the next level? Where do you really want to get better at on the field?
Right now, I want to get better at everything, honestly, because I know I can work everywhere. I'm not at the best of my game right now, and I know I got a lot to go. And everywhere I hear, people that have been there and done the things I want to do, everything they tell me, I take it and I implement it into my game because it does help a lot. It really helps. So I'm just working on everything, getting bigger, stronger, faster.
You've got some offers here, and I'm going to list off the offers so the fans are aware of who's going after you currently. You got offers from Indiana, Charlotte, FAU, Marshall, Michigan, Ole Miss, Pitt, Rhode Island, Syracuse, and Washington State. Is there any more that weren't listed on there?
No, sir, that's correct.
Hey, Dwight, you transferred from Miami Palmetto to Miami Killian?
Yes, sir.
How is that? Because, look, I'm from Miami. Those are two rival schools. How was that transition going to a rival program and playing with a new environment?
It's good. Both coaches from both coaching staffs, Coach Manal, Coach Gibson, they real good coaches, and it was just both of them understood where I was coming from, and we made it work. And it's like all, you know.
No, absolutely. And what things are you working on this off season to be ready for the regular season?
I'm working real hard, real hard worker. But mostly right now. I'm working on turning my head to get on that deep ball and catch a pick because I really need those stats. Those stats help. They look good on film too. So I need them picks. And when I catch them, I got to return them. I'm from the crib for a reason.
I love it, man. Are you playing with the Immortals during 7-on-7?
No, so I play with SFE.
Oh, South Florida Express.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Okay, very good, man. That's awesome. Who are some good friends of yours on South Florida Express?
Name them. I got them. They my
Brandon Ennis.
people. Yes, sir. Nathaniel Joseph, Ray, like a brother to me.
Yeah, we've had him on the scoop. Yeah, he's going to be great.
We like
hey, Dwight, do you want to play? You mentioned Nathaniel Joseph. He's like a brother to you. Do you want to play at the next level with those guys?
Everybody got they opportunity. They place for different reasons, but if we end up at the same place for the same reason, we're gonna be there. And we talk, but everybody got. It's gonna come down to everybody's single decision, really.
Where do you feel your best strengths are on the field right now? Where do you really excel?
Honestly, I got real long arms, so I'm very physical, and I use it to my advantage. So, them first 5 yards, I really excel at because I always come to the line with a plan. Make sure I stay square, come to the line with a plan, and shoot my hands when I shoot them.
During game week, when you're identifying the wide receivers you're going to be going against, what are some of the first things you look for?
I look for, certain signals because, all receivers going to do something when they get in the ball. They do the same thing over and over when they get in the ball. So when I'm watching film, I'm looking for that little thing he going to do when he get the ball, So I know it's coming and I know how to play. I'm also looking at the different route combinations they have him running in different sets and how he plant and how he breaks. So that way I can know, is this a fast guy or a slow guy, that I got to worry about being such a good route runner or somebody that's going to take off on me and I got to get in my extra gear to stay with him.
Dwight, you're from Miami-Dade County. Did you grow up a Miami Hurricanes fan?
My mom worked at UM.
There you go. Love it, man. Don't you go – correct me if I'm wrong. If a family member works at University of Miami, their child can get a free ride at UM?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I remember hearing that. That's awesome, man. So you it's in your blood to be a Miami Hurricane, right?
Something like that.
What are going to be some factors in picking the next school you want to attend the next 3 to 4 years?
The love, the setup, the setup from not just the next 4 years of my life, but the next 40, got to set me up for my whole life. Not just, having to go to the league because that's what my goal is, but what's going to set me up for after the league because football got to come to an end one day, and just the fan base who going to love me and welcome me.
You've got an older brother who is in his first season in the NFL this year. He's, I believe he's on the Kansas City Chiefs, yeah?
Yep.
There we go. DiCaprio, your older brother, yeah?
Yes, sir.
What kind of advice has he been able to give you? Because I know he was a 3-year starter in college himself. So what kind of advice has he been able to give you?
Be a sponge to the game. Love the game because, you got to love it. You got to have a passion for it because that's the way that's going to keep you pushing and working all day, every day, And he was just when somebody, older than you that been there and done that tell you something, take it and, implement it because they know what they're doing.
When you hear the words Miami Hurricanes football, what first pops into your mind?
Sean Taylor.
Love it, man.
Big idol right there.
Is that who you model your game after?
When I'm at safety coach, yes, sir. because you got to come up and hit some. You got to make a play on the ball. You got to be a ball hawk. You got to have all aspects of the game. See, Sean was from the crib. Sean really know he was really doing it, you know.
Yeah, he went to Killian his freshman year before he went to Gulliver. Yeah. All right, that's awesome. You know, your brother DiCaprio. I mean, you are very well known with this. He attended University of Nebraska. Are you? Have you received an offer from Nebraska? Are you talking to them at all?
I haven't received the offer, no sir.
Okay.
I talk to Coach Fisher every now and then.
Is that something like, hey, my brother went there, maybe, you know, that's a school in mind, I want to go that same path, or you have your own journey?
Right now, you know, that could always be an option, but, you know, right now I want to make my own path, you know. I don't want to be known as DiCaprio Boodle's little brother. I want to be known as Dwight Boodle II, you know.
Love it, man. I love your mentality, Dwight. Love that. You're very, you know, you got that fire in you. I know you want to do great things and succeed, so we greatly appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Dwight, what makes you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion and that fire in your heart to play the sport?
I get that passion from my brother. You know, we real competitive, you know, we want to be better than each other. So I got the drive to be better than him, you know. I got the drive to be the best on the field, you know. It's all a mentality. You just got to be a dog because it's a dog-eat-dog world. So
I love it, man. I love Dwight's personality. I love his mentality and perspective on things. And we know Dwight's going to do great things in college football, man, in this upcoming season as well. Dwight, what's the expectation for Miami Killian Senior High School?
ring on our finger.
That's what Ryan said.
Ring on our finger. That's what we going for.
Love it, man. Ross, you got anything else for our great guests?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, Dwight, what kind of a DB are you? Are you a guy who likes to play in zone, or do you want to play man coverage and man up?
I could do it all. Anything you ask me to do, I'll do it.
Sounds good to me, man. That's great.
I love it, man. Dwight, it was a pleasure having you on, man. We look forward to having you on again. We know you're going to do great things in high school, in college football, and I cannot wait to see you in pads this upcoming season, man. I love your mentality.
Thank you.
All right, Dwight. Thank you again for your time, man. We appreciate it.
So be safe, y'all.
Take care. You as well.
All right.
Dwight Boodle II, Miami Killian Senior High School. That last interview fired me up, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like that. That kid was great. Dwight was great, man. He's gonna do great things. His brother DiCaprio Boodle, Miami Southridge Senior High School, plays for the Kansas City Chiefs currently, man. Miami completely missed him.
Completely, Paul. This is a high upside player that I'm very excited to see at Killian. I think this is a player who is advancing not just physically already, but he's advancing in terms of technique. I saw some really nice stuff on his film, Paul, and it's no surprise to me why he's already got some offers from some decent schools, no doubt.
Yeah, no, Dwight Boodle is going to be a Power 5 player. It's just a matter of which program he's going to end up at, but he's a Power 5 starter, no doubt about it. DeMarcus Van Dyke loves him. It seems like they have a great relationship. He's already spoken with Travaris Robinson. He's a take for the class of 2023. Attending Miami Killian Senior High School. He's with the South Florida Express 7-on-7. This is a 4-star recruit in the making. Dwight Boodle II, remember the name. I'll leave it at that, man. This is a must-get for the University of Miami.
I feel the same way, Paul. I got him ranked myself as a guy who is not only going to be a 4-star, but will be a 4-star eventually.
Yeah.
He's got everything that you're looking for to pretty much make a 4-star. You know, all the little things that 24/7 Sports looks for. He's got all that stuff, and he's showing it already. I'm very impressed with him, Paul.
Every guest we had on this show is probably going to be a Power 5 player. Jason Hammond II, you had Gates before as well, Dwight Boodle. I mean, all these guys are going to be great players at the next level. This is the best of the best, class of 2023. Ross, I want to talk about class of 2022 real quick before we log off. Jaleel Skinner released the top 5 today. He had pictures of himself in Alabama gear. I mean, where do you think Miami stands right now moving forward? It's going to be a dogfight. But luckily, we do have Coach Fields, but this will be a dogfight.
It will be an absolute dogfight. I think we're not in a bad spot. I think we're in a good spot. We definitely have some appeal to him, and he's made that known publicly. So anytime a player of his caliber decides to let the public know about that, and on multiple different media platforms, it makes me feel like, yeah, Paul, we do have a shot with him, and we're talking about a special offensive weapon, very special.
No, Jaleel Skinner's a must get. I mean, that's your headline of the tight end position unit. If you're going to take one tight end in this class, it's Jaleel Skinner. You put a full court press on, look, we're going to have to fight. If Coach Fields, pulls this off, give that man a raise, because he literally kind of, just beat out Alabama for a tight end. And it's very hard to do. So, especially, he's out. I think Jaleel Skinner's out of South Carolina?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay. So, guys, it's going to be a dogfight till the end, and Alabama is very much in play. So we'll see what happens. One last name I wanted to mention, Devin Jackson, class of 2022. It was 50-50 Miami, Arizona State. Out of nowhere, he adds Oklahoma and Texas. What do you think about that? I felt like that was kind of random.
It surprised the heck out of me, Paul. I was not expecting that at this stage of his recruitment after all the other information that's come to light recently. I really thought that he was narrowing things down more. I really thought that there was going to be a focus on a handful of schools that we already all kind of knew about and talked about. But throwing those other schools into the mix now, Paul, it catches my attention, and it makes me got to stay a little more focused on his recruitment, no doubt.
Is the linebacker position unit, which in my opinion, recruiting has not been the best under Manny Diaz's tenure, that's just my opinion, that specific unit, is that a big red flag if we lose out on Devin Jackson? Remember, we lost out on DeMario Tolan. Omar Graham Jr. was never a priority. Now, Wesley Bassane, that seems like we're in a great position for him. We have the shot. We just need to make it. That's it. It's a layup. We got to close it. I mean, it's right there. It's for the taking. But if we miss out on Devin Jackson, where do we go from there?
I mean, it's not easy to find guys with his type of speed, Paul, especially at the linebacker position.
Very athletic.
Yeah, that sideline to sideline speed that we're coveting so much. It would be difficult for us to lose out on Jackson and then try to get involved with a recruit now that might have some of those traits. Maybe a guy that we're not familiar with or not talking about currently. It'll be very hard for us to get involved in something like that. And I really hope that we have some solid plan B options just in case.
Any names you can think of? Because right now, I'm the name I'm thinking about, I don't think he's a take. And it's not fair to the player to bring him up, but I don't think that's the next take for the linebacker position unit.
We've had some interest, or the staff's had some interest in guys like Kobe McLeod, Avian Rice, Leon Hart, the 3-star linebacker from Edison, was at Paradise. Yeah. He's got an offer from Alabama. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the kind of guy that we try to get involved in a little more because he is local, and maybe showing up late to the party a little bit won't hurt us as much in that aspect.
All right. Well, our next guest is backstage getting ready to come on. Ross, break him down, introduce him to the public, because this is a very unique prospect that we'll be hearing his name for quite a while in the recruiting cycle.
Yeah, we're getting to this one early here, Canes fans, and so is the Miami Hurricanes staff. This is 2025 linebacker Gavin Nix from Lake Highland Prep. Gavin got an offer from the University of Miami during Paradise Camp, so this is a player to definitely keep an eye on, Canes fans.
What's going on, Gavin? Thank you for joining us tonight.
No, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. You got an offer at Paradise Camp. Did you expect you were going to get a scholarship that day?
No, sir. I just came to work and compete and get better. It's a blessing, though. Didn't expect it.
So walk me through that day. What coach did Manny Diaz? You sat down in his office. What coach kind of gave you the offer, spoke to you and said you're going to be receiving a scholarship at the University of Miami?
Well, it was Coach Jonathan Packey. It was really – I went there first on June 9th, and he liked me. He kept in contact with me. He told me to come back to Paradise June 26th, and I had a great camp. He was talking to me through it the whole time. He kept me with him, and he told me in the middle of one-on-ones, he moved me up with the class of 22 and all that.
Oh,
And I got some reps with them, and I did great. And then at the end, he offered me.
go ahead, Ross.
Gavin, what is your current height and weight?
Right now, I'm 5'11", 200.
What have you been really working on this off season to take your game to the next level? I know you're just entering high school now, so what's your focus on getting adapted to high school football?
See, for right now, my main goal has really been coverage, because me knowing that I'm going into these camps and I've transitioned to outside linebacker, I'm known and found out that coverage is huge, especially in today's game, with how the game is changing. It's a passing game. You got to know how to cover. So I've just been working on coverage, things like that.
Gavin, did you grow up a fan of the University of Miami at all?
Yes, sir. And Ray
Who's
Lewis, that's my favorite linebacker. He came.
Ray Lewis. Okay, do you model your game after Ray Lewis?
Yes, sir. Definitely at the linebacker position. He's definitely in that inside, a monster. Really aggressive. I like how he plays the game.
Gotta love it, man. Were you able to talk to any former players that were there? Because there were a lot of great, linebackers there as well. John Beeson was there, just to name a few.
Yes, sir. I was able to talk to John Beeston. I know Sean Spice was there. I didn't get a chance to actually talk to Sean, but I was able to talk to John Beeston. He gave me great advice. Michael Irvin actually talked to me
Okay.
after a few one-on-one reps. And current linebackers there, Wayman Steed, Corey Flagler, they talked to me. So
Very impressive. I mean, did you ever expect you'll be talking with, a Hall of Famer with Michael Irvin, NFL veterans like John Beeson, and current players on the team, and getting an offer coming into Paradise Camp, man?
no, sir, I didn't expect it talking, especially seeing like Michael Irvin, because like seeing Michael Irvin was crazy. Because people like John, I expected to talk to him once he came, because he came in the linebacker room. So I wanted to ask him a few things, just get a little advice. But people like Michael Irvin, like he was very unexpected. And also I was able to talk to people like Edgerrin James. So that was great.
You talked about getting a chance to get some advice from guys like John Beeson. What kind of advice did you get, or what did you learn at Paradise Camp that's helped you become a better player already?
Overall, it's just really playing fast and just playing aggressive and really coverage, because most of these camps, especially the U, with how they play so fast at attacking quarterback and coverage, I just got great information on how to cover guys out the backfield, at the slot, and people like John and my coaches, Coach Ish, Coach Packy, they were great on helping me and taking me through certain things and advice.
With this being your first year of high school football, where were you playing football last year?
I was playing for a team called the Osceola Panthers. We were actually ranked number 6 in the country. We played teams like the OG Ducks, so we did pretty good last year. It was a lot of good guys on that team. So yeah, it was the Osceola Panthers.
What positions have you been playing?
I've always played my primary position coming up was always running back. I was always on the offensive side of the ball, but once I got older, I just fell in love with the defensive side, because I started on defense. I started playing DN, and then I loved getting after the quarterback, and then I started to slim down over the years. So then I love covering guys. So then people tell me outside linebacker, and I just worked on it and learned it. Now that's what I'm in love with.
Gavin, how are you doing in the weight room?
I'm doing excellent. At my school right now in summer, we have different groups based on like weights, and it's 3 groups, and from smallest to the strongest on basically what you lifting. And I'm in the top of my class with the upperclassmen. So I've been keeping up. I've always in high school, that was the one thing. I always want to come in prepared. So
keeping up.
Do you hold any other offers besides the University of Miami?
No, sir. Miami was my first.
Okay. Is Miami the only camp you attended and engaged with the coaching staff?
No, sir. I attended Miami, USF, Florida, and UCF.
Okay, very cool.
Yes, sir.
Was their coaching staff as attentive as the University of Miami and impressed with your skill set?
They were. All of them really talked to me. I talked to a lot of them. They showed interest, but that's all.
Gavin, do you have any favorite players that you like to study game film on? Guys that can kind of give you a little bit of advice on the field and take your game to the next level?
Well, I always study guys like Ray Lewis, certain guys. Really, Ray Lewis. I like Isaiah Simmons a lot because he's so versatile. So really, to be honest with you, all I really watch is guys like Ray Lewis and guys like Isaiah Simmons because he's so versatile. He can do it all. He can get to the quarterback, cover everything. A great player.
When you're studying game film and getting ready for an opponent, when you're playing linebacker, what are the first things that you try to identify on the opposing team's offense? Where do you really want to break them down?
First, I want to break them down at the running back. I play Sam, so I'm always on the running back side or trips. So I want to break down the running back. On film, I'll usually like to see like what's running backs, his habits to give me like little tips on what I could look for. I like to study the 3 and the 2 slot because I end up guarding them a lot. So I really like to break down the slot and the running back.
Gavin, man, I'll tell you what, I left very impressed just speaking with you, man. You're class of 2025. You could have fooled me. I thought you may have been class of 2022. The way you're very outspoken and the way you express yourself, man. So that's very good. Already breaking down film. That's very impressive, man. We know you're gonna do bright things, and we're excited that you got an offer from the University of Miami, and I know the offers are gonna keep pouring down left and right after that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Ross, anything else you have for Gavin?
Yeah, Gavin, how do you describe your game? What kind of player are you?
I really like to call myself like the hybrid type rover dude, real aggressive, like just do it all. Like, use me anywhere you want to. In the slot, on the running back, coming off the edge, I like to call myself a hybrid.
What makes you love the game of football? What really gets you motivated on game day to go out in there and dominate?
What really motivates me is just like where it can take me. Like football, it's a very, very intense game. It's more than a game. So football brings so many opportunities and doors just to improve and better your life. So at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing for me with football. It's just where football can take you. It's more than football.
Paul, I feel the same way you do, man. I would have thought this is a 2022, 2023 kid. I mean, Gavin, very impressed with how you carry yourself and very impressed with the focus you have on football. Very, very impressive.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gotta love it, man. Gavin Nix. We're going to be hearing a lot about Gavin throughout the years, and he's going to make a lot of noise when it's his time in the college football level. Remember the name, Gavin Nix, class of 2025. It was a pleasure to have you on, Gavin.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Take care. Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you. Gavin Nix, man. Wow. Hell of a kid. And he's going to do great things at the college football level. Class of 2025, their second offer out. Pretty impressive.
This kid carries himself on and off the field like a veteran already, Paul. I mean, watching some of his game film, he doesn't have a lot of game film because of how young he is, but watching some of the, like the spring highlight type things and stuff, you see that immediate upside. You see that intensity that he plays with. One thing I love about him is every single snap, he's not going 100%. He's going 110%. and it's noticeable, Paul. It's very, very noticeable on film.
All right. Well, just want to say thank you to everyone that joined the show. We had a lot of really great guests on. We know we're going to do great things at the next level, and I think we kind of evaluate all of them as Power 5 players and should be all takes for the University of Miami. Wide variety of different players, different positions, but they're very elite at what they do. So I hope you guys appreciated the show. We will be having a former player on tomorrow at 8 p.m., correct, Ross?
Yeah, 8 p.m., I believe. 7 or 8, yeah.
That's the plan, unless, outside events do occur, unfortunately, with having guests on. But we appreciate everyone tuning in tonight, and we look forward to providing you guys with the best content out there. Go Canes.